Hello and welcome to the Echo Chamber powered by Elgato Wave. This is episode 2 of season 2 of the Echo Chamber, and I'm the host. I'm Raiku, and we have Whaazz. Can you say something, Whaazz?
Hello guys, my name is Whaazz. Most of you guys know me for my rogue gameplay.
And then we have Chan,
Hello.
and then we have the Ultra Bull, the
The
Lontar.
Ultra Bull. Hello guys, what's up?
Yeah, so we're here to talk about a bit about AWC, and I thought we were going to talk about our new team because we have a new healer in the team, Lontar. Lontar, where are you from? How are you?
Spain. The best
Spain?
country in the world, of course.
The best country in the world.
Yes.
Is it warm over there?
It's 13 degrees right now, so it's a bit cold.
Oh, you're freezing.
Freezing, yeah.
How is it to be in a team?
It's fun, and I'm happy actually. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
It's like joining Real Madrid, you know?
you feel like you have a big responsibility on your
Yes,
Yeah.
I can tell you.
shoulders. So I've heard you talk about this. So you said if we lose, it's your fault, but if we win, it's like, oh, Echo would have won with anyone.
I mean, yeah.
A
Like
little bit.
Echo is like an insane team, you know. So
Yeah. A lot of pressure.
I gotta put the work, you know. But yes.
Anything that Waz thinks about Lontar joining the team?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously I played a lot with Lontar, like on stream and on ladder. So me and Lontar, we go way back. Obviously, we played a lot on ladder. I would say you guys were more like reserved in terms of who you play with. Like we always just played team when it was us playing,
Mhm.
with man stuff. Where I kind of play with most of the European players, I would say. So like me and Lontar, we played a lot together on ladder.
Yeah.
I've always been like a person that plays with my team, basically. And that's it.
Yeah, or shuffle now.
Oh yeah, shuffle now. How about Chan? Are you happy to have a new healer? How is it? Is there any difference between me and having Lontar now?
I mean, I was really excited about playing with Lontar, but after last night, I'm not so sure anymore. This guy is wearing a leather gear on the
Explain
tournament realm as a shaman. And, after I seen that, I'm not so sure, but we'll see.
We still won though. We still won.
Shaman in leather gear, wondering why he's not healing. He's losing the 5% main stat. Not the best thing ever.
The first impressions matter a lot, you know.
Yeah, that's true. And I want to talk a bit about our practice schedule because I was listening to MDI podcast a little bit, and they have a crazy schedule. They like start around lunchtime and they go all the way to midnight. And for WoW PvP, it's not exactly the same.
Yeah, I've seen Raiku play after 3 hours of games already, so I don't know if we could do that.
Nah, it wouldn't be possible. Whaazz would be like, guys, I need to go outside. I need some air. I can't do this anymore after 1 hour as well. So he would
Lontar has to walk his dog every 3 hours. Raiku needs
Yeah.
food break after 2 hours. Otherwise, it's not playable.
And big naps, big siestas, you know.
Oh,
No
yeah.
way.
After the stream, put on a nice little nap.
I mean, it's also harder for us to queue, like the whole day because of, we have to wait until like 9, 10-ish, and then the good queues start. So,
I mean, in MDI, it's obviously different, right? Because you're playing like, 5 people versus the computer, so you can play anytime you want. Like, we
Yeah,
need to play when other teams are playing. And what time is that usually? Like, when do we usually start?
I would say
Well,
9.
The Europeans like to play late.
Well, Chan wants to
In
start
an
at like
NA, we
7.
love to play at like 6, 7 p.m. and then go for a few
Nah.
hours, take a break, play some more. But the Europeans, they don't queue until 10 p.m. And then it's crazy. I'm trying to go to bed by 10 p.m. these days. Getting old.
But I think it's like a culture thing. I think Europe has always been like active from like 9 p.m. to like 2 a.m. or like 1:30 a.m.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
always been like this. Always.
Europeans starting dinner at like 9 p.m. sometimes. In Australia, we're used to starting dinner at 6 p.m. I'm trying to go to bed by 9 p.m. I don't know.
But it is a bit different though for us, isn't it? Because like we play kind of year round mostly. While I think, for example, the MDI, I think they just play close to like their season starts, right? So they can go like ham for them hours. We're playing like 3-4 hours a night the whole year, if not more.
Yeah.
So it is definitely a bit different. But what's is funny, I always think, is that everyone complains about the schedule in Europe, even like the pro players themselves. Like, why do we all start at like 10? Like, what is this? And then everyone, like, no one wants to make the change.
Yeah, I feel like if I always say this, if a team starts queuing early, then it will start the cycle. You know, everyone else will start queuing early, but usually we only get like 4 to 5 hours of good queues on ladder per night. So that's basically our schedule.
We got to be the difference makers.
Yeah, maybe we could queue on NA, make some NA characters. What do you guys think?
I mean, I have one from last season.
Me
We
too.
actually did it last season, yeah.
Oh yeah, we
leading
did
up to
with
BlizzCon.
Cubs here a bit, yeah.
Yeah, it actually was good. Obviously, hard to play
What'd you
with
guys
high
do?
ping.
How we
How
did.
did
I
we do?
think
Yeah,
we
did
won
you guys,
every
did you guys
game.
own on
but
ladder?
We did
we
really
cried.
good.
We won every game, but we cried every game. Like, yeah, the Discord was
Ah,
unplayable.
yeah.
It sounded like we were losing on Discord, but we actually won.
I remember
game.
one LAN event, Raiku had 40 MS and he was complaining to the admins, like, guys, this is unplayable. So I'm not
I mean,
surprised.
I'm going to a LAN tournament. Like when I was at BlizzCon, like in 2015, 2016, I had 1 to 2 ping. Like there was no lag, and then you go to ping like another LAN. I'm expecting to have 1 to 2 ping again, and I have 40. I might as well play from home then.
Oh, yeah, you can't tell a difference at that level, but
A little bit. Another thing I want to talk about is the new format we have in AWC, because it's a bit different this time around. We have 2 tournaments, right, into like a cross-region finals. I think this is the first time this has ever been done before. What do you guys think about this?
it's interesting, and at least we get to face the other region, because I feel like in WoW, at least, the most exciting is the rivalry between NA versus EU, and who is better in NA or EU. I mean, we all know the answer to this one, but it's fun to see that and prove it, you know?
Yeah.
You mean that NA is better, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but it's interesting,
Yeah.
right? Before we always had 4 cups, you know, and then you could, even if you lost the first or second cup, it didn't matter that much because, I mean, as long as you placed like within the top 8, you still got enough points to qualify for like the grand finals, and you could like figure out, oh, I lost to this comp. Next week, maybe we can play this composition to win against this. But now you only have 2 chances, and then it's finished. It's very like, it's much on the line this time around. Lontar, what do you think about this? Do you think it's a lot of pressure just having 2 tournaments?
Yeah, I mean, if you fail, like, you know, you face a comp you have never faced before, I mean, could go bad, you know. But that's how we need to, like, prepare and see who can we face and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's also hard with the changes that was last week. You know, we literally had kind of big changes that shifted the meta completely. And then now we have, 1 week to adapt, kind of, and you kind of bank on what comes to practice. And if you gamble wrong, you're just wasting time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rested Druid got nerfed a bit, plate armor. So I always thought the metas are decided by what healer is the best.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
for sure.
Because it kind of makes the comps right. Obviously before Rested Druid was the best healer, now I'm not so sure anymore.
Feels like Shaman is really, really strong. 'cause
Someone,
it's also
someone
good
is
into
really good,
Druid,
yeah.
and it's just good into like kind of everything, especially like cleaves now. The cleaves were so strong, and it's also good into double casters. So
I do definitely feel like Shaman is the best healer as well right now. Has a lot of good comps. And Druid comps are kind of on a timer now. I feel like you have like 5-6 minutes and then you have no mana anymore. And it becomes really hard to like play the game at that point.
Yeah, you don't drink, it's like really hard to like win games as Druid now, for sure.
Yeah, it is. You know, we're playing on NA, right? So, you know, we're going to have a lot of latency. For the people that don't know how the cross-region tournament worked, we played a cross-region tournament, EU against NA. It's top 4 Europe against top 4 NA. In Shadowlands, end of Shadowlands, we played a tournament like this, and we're going to have another one this year. And how it is that, let's say our team would win Europe. We would be counted as seed 1 from Europe. And then we would face seed 4 from NA, the team that plays 4th in NA. We would get to play from Europe first because we have a higher seed than they have. So the first game is played on Europe. But then whoever loses the round gets to play on their home region. So let's say we're 1-0, we win the first game, then we would have to go to North American servers and play there until they win a match. And yeah, playing from Europe to West Coast is very hard because the latency is extremely high. But it's going to be fun to face NA for sure, I think.
There is
think
no
we have a
role anymore
schedule.
for maps or no?
Yes, so if you are the same seed, let's say we're seed 1 and we face another seed 1, let's say Team Liquid is seed 1 from NA and we're seed 1 from Europe. If we face each other in a tournament, let's say in the semifinals or finals, we have to slash roll. And
So
whoever
who's gonna
wins,
roll here?
I think Ultra Bull has to roll the Lontar.
The
Do we
healer.
believe? Do we believe in the healer?
There's no way I cannot do. I'm gonna do worse than Chess roll. There is still a chance.
But Chaz won the roll.
Yeah, with a 12 or how much was it?
What
I think it was a
was it, the low?
14. It was a 14, yeah.
Oh god.
I
I mean,
mean,
Chaz was so happy as well.
I mean, Luminosity, like the Cerulean that rolled for Luminosity. It was so funny because I saw the chat log. Chas rolled first. I think Chas rolled a 14. And Cerulean, and like the Luminosity team, he started laughing in the chat. It was like, ha 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 ha, like get owned, ha ha. Then he rolls a 5. Like right after.
The
That was kind
karma.
of funny. Yeah, it was kind of funny. But then we got to face them again in the finals, and Chas rolled first, and he rolled 100.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's nice.
That was insane. But are you guys excited to face NA this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
I
lot
mean,
of
for me
rogue-
personally,
Yeah.
the only problem is the high ping, right? And then it's a big tournament with like a lot of money on the line. I feel like when they did the cross region, and it was more not about the money, it was more about just winning versus the other region. It felt like there was less on the line, maybe in a sense. I mean, it's more like an ego thing at that point. Now
Yeah.
there's actually a lot of money on the line as well, so it's actually really important randomly.
Yeah, it's definitely more pressure this time around than it was last
Yeah.
time. Because this is like the final tournament of season 3, I think, right? Of Dragonflight. There's gonna be a season 4 as well, but this is the final one for season 3. So yeah, it's a lot online. Maybe we should fly to New York, have a boot camp there, have good latency. Would actually be good. Okay, now to next question. I wanna ask, who do you think has the biggest chance to win the cups in Europe and in NA? And which teams are you looking out for? Let's start with Europe first.
I think the new Dex team. What are they signed up as? What is their name?
I have no clue.
I could check it, but it's who's placing that team again? Maybe you can run it down.
It's Dex on the healer. Then there's John Coffey on the Demon Hunter. They have a warrior. What is he called again?
Gary, yes, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's
And then
Gus.
Gus, the Elemental Shaman. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a really strong team, and they've been owning on ladder. They're actually, I think they're currently seed 2. We're seed 1. So they've kind of been taking the ladder a bit by storm.
Yeah, that's an interesting team though. They play elemental comps, right? With elemental shaman.
A lot
Yeah.
of Resto Druid, Elemental Comps, Demon Hunter, and then the warrior, of course. Does he play other alts? I can't remember.
Yeah, he
They
plays
play
a red
red.
paladin. Yeah.
Okay, Red Pella, yeah.
If you ever met a guy called like Budget Kara or something?
Okay.
Yeah, that's
him.
that's
That's him.
similar.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's the warrior guy. So yeah, that's an interesting team. Is there anyone else you think has a big chance in Europe? Chan?
Brunhilde, Thesia, Sopsy, and Next always very good players. We faced Sopsy and Next a lot last year. They got second place. Obviously, Thesia, one of the best mages in the game. Brunhilde as well. I don't know, solid roster. And similar comps to what we have as well. So we might have to face them in mirror some games too. And the other team is Mercy, Houston,
Limps.
Proto, and Limps. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this team as well could be. I think they're a bit meta dependent comp, but or team. But if they, have a nice meta, I think that team can, they can win for sure.
I always like teams like that team because like the Houston, Mercy, Limps, and Crota team, because that team is a very melee cleave heavy team, right? They play like a lot of double melee. And not a lot of other people play double melee a lot, so it's always scary to go up against a team like that because it's hard to get practice, except if you get practice into them. And those comps are kind of scary in general. Like melee this season has been really strong. Like DK, Windwalker, Demon Hunter, etc. Warrior. So yeah, I do agree though, and also the Swapsy team as you mentioned before, with the Bruneti, Next, and Tesha. Whatever team Swapsy is on, man, that team plays the most of all teams. Every single year.
He's a grinder. He's a big grinder.
He's a grinder. When we won BlizzCon 2019 with Swapsy, I mean, we were playing, oh god, all day, every day. But if it was too early to get real queues, we were playing some old comps. Starting
Yeah.
early until late night. I don't know. There was just a lot of grinding. And then Lontar, you as well played with Swapsy a year, right? How was that?
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Waking up, getting a message from Subsea. We gotta start playing at 5. There is no queues. It's fine. We just play my DK. We just play my red. It's fine. Play your old priest. All good. Then we yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's
Hard
like
working,
into
man.
this thing. We need to do this, that. He puts like 20 texts a day. You know. It's really grand. It's big grinder for sure.
Yeah, but that's kind of scary though, right? Because
Yeah,
you know,
of course. That's good.
that is good. That's why he's done well in the, like for so long, right? He's like one of I think he has the most BlizzCon wins of everyone, right?
Yeah.
Bota.
So it's both. No, it must be Fabio,
I
right?
think Bota has 3 as well. Right? Oh no, Fabio. Yeah.
It must be
Fabio has
Soft
the
and
most,
Fabio
yeah,
has the most BlizzCon wins in the world. Yeah, I think they won 3 times.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how did
Talking
you
about,
manage to
like-
play with him, Raiku? Sorry, Whaazz.
How did
Since,
I mean,
yeah, Swapsy plays a lot, but how did you need a food break after an hour and a half? So what's going on there?
I mean, you're basically, you're basically the new Sopsy, except you know, in a way, right? Because we start usually before Whaazz starts because Whaazz is a bit, you know, special.
Ah, he needs a special treatment, yeah.
Yeah.
What can
So-
I say? I'm a streamer, guys.
So you know, we always start us 3. You know, it was me, Swapsy, and Chaz always started earlier, and then Whaazz would come later after the special treatment was over. And I mean, we're doing the same now, right? It's usually, you know, you, me, and Lontar starts earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're basically the Swapsy
Okay.
with less characters.
Not
I
as
guess.
not as extreme though. We practiced a lot with Swapsy back then,
Yeah.
and it was really early sometimes.
Yeah, we even went to a boot camp with Swapsy and before we went to BlizzCon.
Oh, that was
In
so fun
Germany.
actually.
Yeah, that was funny.
You
That was
know,
kinda
it's
tryhard.
funny because both times we boot camp before a LAN, we won the LAN right after.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I mean, of course, it does work, and it helps a lot with the team chemistry and everything.
We did it in 2016. We were in Sweden, right, for like a week, and then we went to Ukraine together and we won.
Oh yeah.
And then in 2019, we went to Germany for what was it, 5 days, 6 days, and then we went to BlizzCon and we won. Yeah. Maybe we should do the same this year, guys. Okay, now about NA teams. Which NA teams do you think have the bigger chance to win? Obviously, Liquid won the last season. I mean, they reverse swept the finals, which was kind of insane. The only other team that has ever been reverse swept in an AWC finals is Whaazz.
Ah, nice.
He
Put it
was
out there, yeah.
Whaazz. What year was it? Was it 2021 you played?
Yeah,
you
with
were
Oh, I
up,
remember seeing that.
and
I remember seeing
Suzaki
that.
and Chaz.
and you were up
Bro, it was
3-0.
so depressing, man.
And was the best of 7. You were up 3-0 and you lost 4 in a row.
You know what's crazy is that Kazu lives on 1 HP. I think it was 2 games we lose as well. It was like, it doesn't get worse, you know?
I mean, how does that feel
Yeah.
though?
I mean, I remember Tesh, like I wrote after that we should be happy because we had done war games leading up to it. Of course, we wanted to practice. It's an important game. And we were actually getting farmed in war game by jungle. But the jungle we faced was like really aggro. They played really ham. So we knew the odds were bad, but then on the day we just played really well. And yeah, I mean, then after we lost, of course, then I read a lot of messages in Discord. They were all like, oh, damn, if I moonfired here, maybe we win. Or, oh, if I just blocked offensive. And I was like, guys, we did insane. We should just be happy. Like, don't overthink it. We did great. But yeah, everyone was a bit sad, of course.
And the enemy team was very happy. I saw
Of
their
course.
player cam.
I saw Cassie cheering, jumping out of his chair.
I saw that as well. And Tony was also super happy. I think they went out to party like the same night together because they both live like close to each other. I think that was kind of
Yeah.
funny. Anyway, so we're talking about Liquid. Liquid did the same actually. They were down 0-3 and they won 4 in a row, I think, right? Just last season against Luminosity, right?
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah, Luminosity has been like dominating the NA scene since BFA season 4, right? Like since 2020, basically, they've won basically every single tournament in NA. And after they lost now in the finals to Team Liquid, when they got reverse swept, they announced that they're not longer going to play anymore. So that team doesn't exist anymore. I don't think any of those 4 players signed up again, like this year. So I think that makes NA kind of like open.
Was Drake not gonna play? Or maybe
No.
he didn't sign up? Oh,
I
okay.
don't think so.
I think I saw him on Wrath actually. I think some of them are playing Classic
Okay.
Wrath. Like Brain or Brian, he was burned out on retail and competing. So, and he played a lot during TBC Classic as well. I used to face him a lot. And I ran past him in Valorant the other day, and he's got full biz gear on Wrath. So he's been undercover playing on Wrath Classic instead of retail. I think he
Oh.
just wants a break. I think all the boys want a break now.
He plays
I mean,
Pala, right?
He's Priest on Classic.
Oh, really? Okay, that's
Oh
crazy.
my god.
Pala is so good though. Should play more Pala.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I was like, why don't you play Pally? And he says Pally's too boring on Wrath. So he's playing Priest.
Anyway, this makes NA kind of open in my opinion, because before, when I used to watch a tournament, even if Luminosity would drop down to the lower bracket, I would be like, oh, they're gonna win anyway. Like they're gonna get their act together and they're gonna win. Like I kind of always thought so the whole time. But now it's a bit like up in the air. Like Liquid won the last time, and I think Liquid looks kind of strong again. Then we have other teams. Lontar, do you have anyone in mind?
Gapsi team, I guess.
Cubsy?
Really is doing really good, no?
They're doing really good, right?
They're really high on ladder, yeah. Number 1, I think. At least yesterday I saw they did insane.
They play.
Pull up the ladder now.
They play
What do you
R&D,
think?
right?
Yeah, they're playing a lot of RMD.
Yeah. It's Cubsy on
And
the mage
also-
now.
They're playing the Voka, Arcane Mage Druid as well with Chun-Li.
Yeah. They've always liked that comp kind of though. I feel like the whole expansion. Like Arcane, Devastation Evoker, or Augmentation.
Yeah.
We actually tried this, you and me, do you remember? On ladder
Yeah,
with
I
your
know.
old mage. We actually did really good one day.
We did with Cubsy actually as well, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do we think about them? Do you think they have a chance to win that team?
Yeah, for sure. And they play like meta classes, and they're really good at them. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Oscar, what do you think about the move?
Yeah, I mean, I've actually been watching their practice sessions lately. They're doing really good. Like even just our team, we've been playing RLS on ladder, and they're playing RPS with just Shadow Priest. And I think the recent changes with the, even just the fear and the armor change, kind of buffed, obviously most cloth classes. So yeah, they've been doing great. And it's also good into Restored in general. And then with the, the nerf as well.
Yeah. And just for the people in chat who don't know who the move is, it's, Peekaboo, Whiskey, Absturch, and Jelly Beans. They've been around forever. Previously Golden Guardians. Yeah, I think they didn't. How did they do last year? I think they became like 3rd, maybe 4th. If I'm not mistaken. I think they did pretty good last year.
I think didn't they get 2nd or something as well?
They might have got a 2nd in season 1 of Dragonflight, and in season 2, I think they came either 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, season 2 they got 3rd, I see here.
Okay.
Season 1 they got 4th.
Okay. I mean, they placed top 4 both times, so I mean, that's not that bad. That's really good. I mean, that's a strong team for sure. And then we also have the Calvish team.
Yeah, with Nick and Kearney and Wealthy Man joining them now to round out with the Mage.
Yeah, your old
Ooh.
teammates.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
old teammates split up now. Snuts is retired. He's I don't know what he's doing these days. Wealthy Man's on a different team. Cubsy's playing Mage these days.
Yeah.
Teaching Raiku some tricks.
Oh.
I think there's like a few really good teams in NA, and something different as well is like there's a lot of rogues in NA. There's Trill, there's Calvish, even Nick the Rogue plays rogue as well. They could play double rogue. Who else is there? Dazed on Cubsy's team, and of course Peekaboo. I played with Peekaboo the other day, and I did some twos with him, and he was making some plays. I've never seen Whaazz do them, so I'm a little bit scared if we have to face Peekaboo on that rogue.
I mean, in the CrossFit tournament, most likely, right?
Yeah, especially Whaazz with 200 ping, it's gonna be a little bit monk ass, maybe.
I mean-
Monk-ass.
If he loses, well, that's a good excuse at least.
True. Yeah, you can always
True,
pull
true,
back on the
true.
ping. But the
You
good
know, it's
thing
funny
is, sorry, Peekaboo lives
You
on
go
the West Coast, so if we roll on European servers, he's not gonna have a good time. He's gonna have 200 MS.
We don't have to roll. We just have to place better seeding within our region. Then we
True.
get instantly advantage.
But they could get first as well.
They
if we
could,
get
yeah.
first.
True, yeah. They're kind of owning as RPS, no? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
This
been their main.
map was very nice for them actually.
Yeah, it was. Resto Shaman looks really good right now. Probably one of the best, if not the best healer. So
Yeah.
Rogue is good. Shadow Priest got some buffs. Yeah, definitely looks pretty good. And I mean, it's been their main composition since they started being a team together in like BFA season 1. I think.
Yeah.
No, it was even
They've
before this.
always,
It was Legion actually.
Legion,
Yeah,
yeah.
Legion, yeah.
They've always fallen back on the RPS. It's their bread and butter. It's their comp. They always like, no matter even if the meta is completely against them, they will find a way to play this comp and do their best to make it work. And when you have triple mains, you can win even against a matchup that isn't so great for you. Which I like to see. I like to see that in WoW. I think it's most fun when you get to see like Whaazz on Rogue, Peekaboo on Rogue, I mean, I'm sorry, Whaazz, but no one cares to see you on Boomkin. You know what I mean?
Bro,
no one
what?
cares about your Boomkin. I don't
We
care
won
about
on
your
my
Boomkin. Get that
Boomkin.
out of here.
You can't
Get
tell
the
me you
Whaazz
didn't
one
like
out
the
of here,
Boomkin.
man.
Bro, it
I
was
mean,
so fun.
Well, you know, we actually just played against the move, the Golden Guardians at BlizzCon, like now in November, right? That was our first match, and Roger Brown, he was he was spam telling us the whole time for the first 3 days that when we face them, Whaazz has to play as Rogue to go up against Peekaboo because it brings all the hype.
Of
And then I told him, Whaazz is gonna play Warrior, right? And he's like, no, like Whaazz needs to play the Rogue, and he's like, it's like does Whaazz have no balls or what? Like, is he gonna play as Warrior? And I'm like, yeah, he doesn't dare to go up against Peekaboo on his Rogue.
That's
And
not how it was.
anyway, so we're up 2-0 as Warrior Mage against the Rogue Shadow Priest, and then they win the game. And then I'm like, Whaazz, it's time now. It's time to bring out the Rogue. And Whaazz like, okay, I'll play the Rogue. And then we won the game, and then Roger Brown said, the fans got what they wanted. They got Whaazz against Peekaboo.
Yeah, but only one game though.
Only one game, but that was kind of funny though.
Yeah.
Okay, something else we can discuss a bit. Returning to LAN, how was the BlizzCon show match? Did you think was?
I mean, obviously traveling to America, like the actual land, was amazing, so fun. Brings back the best memories, right? One of the main reasons why most of us compete even to this day. But the online one is a bit like different. There's not as much pressure, I think, in general when you're home. So yeah, hopefully, I would love to see more lands if it's cross region. I feel like that's the best place to put it.
I mean, I agree. As always said, 2018 and 2019, when we had the 3 lands per year, was the golden age.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That's so good.
Oh yeah, you used to play for an H-Han actually back then.
Yeah.
How was it
Changed to a
traveling
better region.
to Poland and stuff? You went to Poland.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said earlier, the best thing about WoW esports is competing against a different region, because it's different players you never face, different meta, and I don't know, it's fun. It's fun to face the Europeans, and now I'll get to do it from the other side.
How do you think the competition is now, since you played both the regions? You competed in both for a few years now. Do you think EU is better? Do you think NA is better? Like, so far, like, what's your experience?
I mean, I lost a lot in NA, but I haven't lost a lot in EU, so I don't know. Like,
Oh,
I'm not sure what that
okay.
means, but
Maybe better teammates?
I mean, I played with Peekaboo already, so I mean,
Okay, never mind.
I'm not too sure on that one. No, but it's I think a lot of like top players were actually ineligible to compete last year, and this year now they're unbanned. Like Houston's unbanned, Mara's unbanned, even though he's not playing. Desia, one of the best mages, as I said. So this year is going to be a lot harder. I mean, last year was difficult as well, and I think the results don't necessarily show how close it was, because we had some extremely sketchy series and things like that. But I mean, it's fun to face good players, right? And that's what's most important, as long as it's competitive, and it was last year.
Was it season 1 of Dragonflight in the grand finals, or like we were down 0-2, I think, against Swapsy's team? And then we reverse swept them, and Whaazz was on 1 health or something on hook point.
I think that was in the finals, not the grand finals. That was during like
Yeah.
No.
we got sent down to losers, didn't we?
Did we?
We
No,
got
I
sent
don't
down
think
to
We
losers.
did,
I
did
think.
go to losers one tournament versus Swapsy.
Yeah. But then we
Oh,
beat them.
I'm talking about like the AWC finals in season 1, when it's like the top 4 teams makes it. Our first game was against them, I remember, because they won the gauntlet. And then we had to play against them, and I think we were down 0-2, and then we reverse swept them.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I actually think you're right. Yeah.
I think that's what happened. I don't think we dropped to lower bracket. No, we didn't. No, I'm pretty sure we did not. There was another cup we did though, into them. I think it was like one of the first cups in season 1.
Yeah, in season 1 we lost to them and Big Mix.
Oh yeah,
that
Lontar.
was brutal.
That was brutal.
That was really
Yeah,
brutal.
wait,
The
avoid
best
this
team
time.
the whole year that year was Big Mix team, and no one knows it. That was the hardest team. I'm not even kidding.
They're competing this year again. Same comp, same players.
That combo.
They're the
scary,
wild
man.
card, man. They're the Whaazz
Yeah.
hard counter, I swear. They're the
What?
Whaazz
It's
hard
not about
counter.
my hard counter. Chan DK lived 45
Hey,
seconds.
hey,
against that,
hey,
bro.
hey,
I'm
hey.
telling you.
No,
I
dude,
swear
you
that was
know,
the
man,
most
so-
miserable. I just joined the team that won every tournament, and then we don't even make top 4, top 8 even. We just get knocked
that
out
was-
insta. And I was
I
just
mean-
sitting there. It's like I just went to bed and laid in bed. I was so depressed.
I mean,
You
this
know,
time
Chad-
around, I feel like the wildcard team is the Houghton, Eridas, and JT team playing Windwalker, Sub Rogue, Holy Priest. Facing
Oh,
these
yeah, true,
comps are
yeah.
always so scary. I feel like you can just die in any stun, any moment in the
A
game.
random crit can literally lose you the game.
Yeah, I never enjoy facing stuff like that. It always feels a bit cheesy to face that. So yeah, those teams I'm the most scared of. And oh yeah, Lontar, I forgot actually. You also played in the cross region tournament with your old
I
team
did, yeah. That's a bit
against
brutal,
the
like.
against the North American teams. How was it for you?
Not gonna lie, it was really hard because everyone was complaining about lag all game. Like I had 220 ms and yeah, having to face Liquid double rogue on Druid trying to pre-bet a single stun, it was a bit yeah, monk ass.
Yeah,
What
that
was your
sounds hard.
score into Team Liquid that time?
I went 1-3 and 1-3 into flop. We 3-0 Calvis though, but they didn't have mage, I think.
Oh yeah. So how was your experience? You looking forward to doing it again, or
Ah,
do you
yeah,
think
it is Omega fun for sure. It is Omega fun, and I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm a bit,
The
a
bull
bit
is
nervous
ready.
about
The
them.
bull is ready, and Chan knows.
Oh no!
If I ever see Ultra
pull
Ball
out
in
the
an
Ultra
AWC
Ball.
game with me, we pre-lost. Just donate the game to the
Just
enemy
scrap
team.
it.
Flop it. I
I'm
don't
a
want
bit
to get
worried about
humiliated.
the latency though. That's always the problem. It's hard to play good when you're having so much latency.
You do get used to it if you play for a while. Obviously, it's not as easy as playing in low ping, but if they move the tournament realm to East Coast, I think the Europeans won't mind it as much.
This was what I requested last time actually after the tournament was over.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
you
know if they
couldn't
will ever
because
do
of
it.
Prev and those guys, right?
Yeah, but for example, Peekaboo right now, Chan just said he lives on the West Coast, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so for him
Yeah,
it would
yeah.
be unfair
70,
because
80 ms.
it was actually the best for him. I mean, the best would still be West Coast, of course, for him, but he would lag a lot to Europe.
Yep. I think East Coast is the most central place if you're going to have a cross-region LAN. Because you also have to keep in mind there's a few Russian players, like Tony's team, Kasu, Shadow. I mean, those guys are going to be playing with like 220 ms to
Yeah,
West
it's
Coast, maybe
unplayable.
even more. I mean, that's very, very, very unplayable. That's getting to the point of living in Australia. It's very monk-ass.
Yeah.
Around 2022, we wargamed a lot against Team Liquid's team, CDU, Trill, Mess, and Samayam. And I think most of their team lives on the East Coast. And they said their latency to the tournament realm, which is West Coast on US, and the tournament realm in Europe was essentially the same. They had like basically the same latency. It was like a 20 difference. So they said they don't mind whatever region they played on. Which I think, yeah, it's a bit unfair because they always have a huge advantage in tournaments like this. Okay, which team do you think got the biggest upgrade this offseason, guys? If you're talking about Europe mostly, because it's hard to say all the NA teams. Is there any team do you feel like won the offseason? Like which team got better? If you think about like the top teams.
I mean, with the recent changes this Wednesday that happened, I would have said that Swapsy's team was looking insane now that Elemental was so strong, Outlaw so strong, Restored so strong.
Yeah.
And then obviously they invited the Mage, which just provides really good matchups into like melee cleaves, and they were meta.
Brunetti also
And
joined
the-
that team. They used to have Blisso before.
Yeah, exactly. And now with the changes, I don't know. I actually thought they would be like seed 1 now, and they would be the team to fear the most. And then, you know, like I said, like one meta change can just completely swap everything around.
I agree, actually. I used to think that if we were going to lose the tournament to anything, that would be that team, but now I don't think so anymore. I mean, it could always happen, but it doesn't seem as hard now.
No.
Because they're a very Resto Druid-oriented team.
Yeah.
Lontar, what do you think now? As a main Resto Shaman, what do you think about the meta for you? Do you think it's a good
love
meta?
it. Finally, can play RSS1 meta. Finally. I'm not competing to priest mains every fucking time, like me.
Oh yeah, when you played
monk
last time,
ass.
it was a priest meta, right?
Yeah, when we faced you, that was monk ass.
I mean, you
to
play all
play
the
my
healers,
priest.
which is kind of
Yeah.
special. Not many people do this.
Yeah, when I priest needs a bit more off shuffles for sure.
Okay, so some more games on the priest, but your shaman
Yeah.
and druid is really good, and
Yeah.
shaman and druid are both really strong right now.
Yeah, we're in a good spot for sure. If I sleep well, of course. And not
If you
fully
have a
buffed.
good diet and you sleep well.
Not fully buffed, then we're good to go.
You guys don't know this, but maybe some of you guys that watch Lontar know, but every Wednesday he orders Burger King with, you know, it's called the Big Bang. It's a massive burger, and he gets fried chicken on the side, and he eats all that for one meal, and then he's food debuffed for the rest of the day. And I just started playing with Lontar, right? And he did this to me 2 times and lost 300 rating. I told Lontar, if you ever eat a burger again, you need to tell me so I just don't play that day. I'm just depressed laying in bed after the sessions.
Don't worry, I fixed it. I don't need that much anymore. Don't worry.
The Big
Yeah,
Bang, man.
you know, we got to go to the gym before the tournament starts. You know, feel good, go for nice long walks, have a good diet. So we feel
Gymming
fresh.
helps a lot for sure with your mental, like when you compete so much, and especially with shuffle now being like the main part of the game, like going to the gym, clearing your mind before shuffling,
Make
and
you
then playing
stronger
threes
for sure.
later. Because you see a lot of stuff in shuffle that can be a bit yikes.
Yeah, what do you actually guys think about solo shuffle now since it's a new Dragonflight edition?
I think it's fun to play, especially as a streamer. It's a shame that the queues are so long, but I do think real threes are much better because you're playing with the boys and the friends, and you're on voice with people. And, you know, in solo shuffle, what I like to do is when I get into a game with someone I know, I like to call them on Discord and play on voice. But a lot of people, they don't like to do that, and I don't know. I think that's what makes WoW Arena fun is the teamwork and the coordination and like landing CC and avoiding overlapping. And that's where real threes you do that, and solo shuffle you really don't. It's just kind of a solo PvE game, which, you know, PvE is fun, but we're playing PvP. We're trying to like CC people and coordinate things, and you just can't do that off voice. It's just not possible. It's too hard.
I think people see it as a bit of a cheating though if you're calling each other, because then it's not soloing anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
Blizzard has voice chat.
yeah, I know, but no one uses that, you know.
that would be cool though if everyone started joining that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would join. If other people did it, I would 100% join.
Everyone joins.
I mean, there's been 2 solo shuffle tournaments, I think 2 big ones, right? And I think those tournaments did extremely well. There was like a lot of people like to watch them, and in those tournaments, everyone did join, you know, Discord. Like they were all on voice together.
No, I think it creates very good content if you have voice. Whereas if you're off voice and you're just playing, I mean, it's like it's good gameplay still, but it's not as exciting as you know, being on voice with people.
I can only think of Maestro playing with Tony. Oh, how Maestro was flaming Tony to the ground, and Tony is trying to flame him back, and man, that's so funny actually.
I mean, it gives for good content for sure. I mean, I've seen so many Lontar clips as well, just completely losing it as his teammates, calling them, you know, like maybe you should go for a walk instead of playing the game and stuff like this a lot. Like he gets very unhappy.
Instead of WoW.
I'll play Minecraft is what you say a lot. Yeah, maybe it's time to play a new game. I mean, you're a big streamer, Lontar. Like you play a lot of solo shuffle. Like, how do you think it is?
It is fun for sure, but as a healer, is not rewarding at all. Like,
Based on what?
I mean, thing is, not many people wanna play healer because it's already really hard on shuffle, especially with no voice. But at the same time, the system is like the system is working as intended, but it's not for WoW, you know. So it doesn't have as many players as like League and stuff.
Yeah.
So like when you win the lobby 4-2, you sometimes you don't even get raid and you lose MMR. So it's just really monkas.
I think there's been a problem that plagues all of Dragonflight though, like the overall MMR issue. Like the MMR doesn't really move at all. It's been the same for a long time now.
Yeah.
So you can never really gain any rating or something.
Yeah, that's true.
What would you guys do to fix that whole situation if we had to like come up with a solution?
Do you guys remember how season 1 was? They like hard capped MMR 3,300 rating, I think it was, but it was hard capped, kinda. So you couldn't gain an MMR, but at least people push extremely high. This season, I feel like we're kept in a very low rating like range, like basically the whole season. And there was a lot of complaints about this on Twitter, I remember. And then they did a change like a few weeks later. Maybe it was too late, but they did some changes to increase the MMR. But now this season again, they have kind of frozen the MMR. It doesn't move at all. I think there's just uncapped MMR, maybe like a little bit at least.
It's funny you said that thing. It's the same with the rating system. Like you used to be higher in shuffle than in actual threes, but now like Vion, he's number one in shuffle, and he's 2.8, and no one can bypass this guy. And in threes, we're almost 3,000, so we're like randomly 200 MMR higher than that.
Yeah.
Or
This is
like
the one
even
that
200
was-
rating.
You're actually right, because
season 1.
yeah, it was.
So
Season
something is
1, I
definitely
think
off with MMR.
people reached like what 3,600 rating or something by the end of it.
Yeah,
And in
super high.
threes, it was like 3,000 or something, 2.9 or something, I think.
It's a huge gap compared to now.
That's a huge gap. I think they need to go back to the old system, because it also like, if you're like 3,000, let's say 600 rating in season 1, and this season you're hard stuck on 2,500, you know? It must feel kind of bad, like you can never actually beat your old rating or records. It feels like there's no goal.
Yeah, I mean that's super important in WoW, right? You want to beat your last season's best rating, so you can feel like, damn, I'm actually improving, I'm getting better at the class. But now it's like you're actually lower rated than you've ever been before, kind of, and you're like, am I becoming bad or?
I mean, it's the same in League of Legends, right? Like, let's say you were gold last season. The next season you want to get platinum, the next rank, right? But you cannot get platinum because no one can reach platinum because of the new system. And I think
Yeah.
that would also kill other games, such as like League of Legends, if you feel
sure.
like you couldn't get anywhere. Another thing I want to discuss a bit is the Dragonflight PvP, how it's been like changing to more of a reduced crowd control, basically every single season in Dragonflight, which they haven't done since Cataclysm, I feel like. Last time they made like a big crowd control overhaul, and that's many years ago. So what do you guys think about the new playstyle of WoW, which is more for like a Mythic Plus oriented, I would say? Like you just do damage, kind of.
I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I spoke on it just now about how Solo Shuffle is a lot about just doing like damage, and it's not about coordination or CC as much. I think what makes WoW really fun is like WoW Arena really fun is coordinating with your team to, you know, avoid overlapping defensives and scoring a kill by cross CCing and things like this, because this is like teamwork. And I've always liked teamwork in games, but in the current iteration of things, it feels like it's all about it's a bit more of a solo game and just doing as much damage as you can, which obviously you don't really need a teammate for that.
Yeah, I agree. We're very much like a mage before. I play a mage as a main. Before you always like, you know, you were crowd controlling the enemy, making sure that they're in polymorphs, frost nova, slows. In Dragonflight, everything I'm pressing is an AoE ability, so I'm breaking all of my own, you know, roots, polymorphs, etc. It does feel like I'm basically pulling a mob pack in a freehold key, and I'm trying to AoE them as much as possible. You know, it's like doesn't feel the same anymore.
I mean, it's true. Every game we kind of win on mana, right? We never really score kills with this clean setup where no poly breaks. Like, I just go for random CCs and you just pump the whole game, and then I press Blade Fury, and at some point they just fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's most exciting as well, because if you're playing for CC, for example, with a Druid, and you low clone someone, I mean, to watch that in a tournament setting is like very fun as well, because it's very exciting, and you see the team try to follow that up with a CC on the healer and kill the guy out of the clone, or go for a reclone. And it's to me, like, seeing that is just so much more exciting and fun to watch than, you know, just two melee running at each other and two melee doing just damage. And
Yeah.
it's not exactly like, it's less watchable as well, I feel like, if it's just about damage and less about CC. I always say, like, even though I hate Rogue Mage with a passion, I love watching Rogue Mage play in tournaments, because you can tell when they're gonna do a setup, and you can see the cooldowns they force and when they're gonna kill someone. It's like, I don't know, it's much more watchable, I think, for a esports perspective.
Lontar, why do you
WoW
think
used to
they?
be
Hmm?
very setup-y, right? Like
Yeah.
back in VOD and stuff, it was all about doing goes, and if you forced vigilance from like a turbo at a certain moment, you knew, oh, he has no Vigi next go, we can kill the shaman. It was so
Lontar,
much like this.
I wanna ask you a question. Why do you think they made the CC changes? Like, what was the reasoning?
I mean, it's because like healers don't enjoy playing healer, and for some reason they think that the way to fix it is like making CC shorter, when it's literally the opposite. Like the point of WoW is basically like avoiding the CC, you know.
Yeah.
That's the fun part about healing. But you know, all these people that want to enjoy playing healer, they don't enjoy it because they see CC so much. So that's Blizzard thought they could fix it, like reducing CC, or like making medallion trinket like shorter CD as well, but no.
You're even giving healers extra stamina, more than
Yeah,
other
to
classes.
be tankier as well. I mean, they
That's
kind of
what-
balance it now though with the DPS buff.
Yeah, but before it was healers had a lot of more HP
Yeah.
than DPS had. Do you
Way
think it?
more
You think it was just to make healers like have a better time?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what they wanted to do, but it's not working. Can tell you that.
I feel like every healer has a DPS in shuffle, or is playing DPS now in shuffle instead.
Yeah, it's true.
El Crocodilio playing Devastation, next
Yes,
playing
way more
CEO.
Way more chill. And
Yeah.
healer, I'm only raging because people don't press buttons. Literally.
I mean, Lontar, you know, you're new to the team and stuff, but you know, you have to play every single game, right? You know, we play as, for the people that know, WoW Arena is 3 versus 3, but we're 4 people in a team. But the healer always has to play every game, so Lontar being new, you have to play every game. Do you think that's a good thing or like a bad thing?
It's good. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, even though it's a lot of pressure on you, of course, because
Yeah, I mean, if I fail, it's GG. If I eat a burger before, it's GG, you know? Like, it's over. Need to eat some broccoli before.
so I have to ask you now. You know, we have the tournament coming up now on Wednesday in 2 days. Actually, basically exactly now at 6 o'clock on Wednesday, on the 31st, we're gonna have a tournament. So I think we're gonna be in the middle of tournament around this time. Lontar, how is your day gonna look up until the tournament?
I mean, I'm just gonna sleep at least 8 hours, like always, like I want to, you know. Then I'm not gonna stream that day. We'll just eat good, go for a long walk with my dog, and take a siesta, a nap before, and then we just warm up.
Yeah.
Before the tournament.
Usually
Then
start
after that, if we do insane, I will order a burger. Let's be honest. After the tournament.
I mean, it is Wednesday.
Celebration burger.
It is your burger day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But you know, 2 days later we have tournament again on Friday, so we still have to
Yeah,
practice that Wednesday night most likely,
Of course.
or maybe
We
you
get a
guys want to
small
watch-
one. I guess get a small one.
I mean, I know Whaazz, for example, he loves to, like, after we're done with tournament, he likes to put on a stream, and he likes to watch party the other people, like the NA players, because for the people who don't know, Wednesday games is qualification games. They're not live streamed on the Warcraft channel, but the players themselves can stream the games from their own perspectives, so you can decide if you want to stream it or not. A lot of North American teams like to stream their point of view, so most of the time you watch it from their point of view, like on your own stream. And yeah, Whaazz always think that's super fun to do, and I mean, it's exciting.
It is really fun. I mean, I was gonna say another thing with Lontar, but you said what you were gonna do on the day.
Yeah.
Do we make sure that your door is closed so your dog doesn't pull out the Wi-Fi cable like on ladder?
I will.
Or
Okay,
Lontar's
good.
mom doesn't
The
enter
same
the
with your
room.
cats, though. They cannot be in your room.
Oh yeah, true. You know, yesterday Lontar's mom came in the middle of the night in Spanish. Lontar, you forgot to walk the dog. It's crying. And we're mid-game. It's like, yeah, please wait. And she just keeps like, Lontar, go now.
And then I woke it up.
That was so funny.
Yeah, also.
It's like she's screaming at my ear and I cannot hear her. And I'm like, wait.
We're mid-game.
Like
That's
Chan
so
is
funny.
fucking dying the whole game, and I'm like, wait, espera, un momento.
I have no idea what he's saying. I was like, bro, kill
Like-
me.
wait, 1 sec.
Me and Chan became completely quiet.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything you wanna say? Anything you wanna talk about?
We talked a bit about the meta. I didn't mention it before, but I was going to mention it. Some people, obviously, Outlaw Rogue is very, very good right now. Do you guys believe we might see a bit like Shadowlands, where people might pull out double Outlaw? Because you talked about people actually having multiple rogues on the rosters. And I know one guy in Europe who plays Shaman. He thinks that Rogue is the best class in the game, and he thinks everyone should go double Rogue and win AWC with it.
Team Liquid did that in Shadowlands.
Who
Yeah.
played Rogue on the team? Was it Yam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nick the Rogue and Calvish, they could do it. I don't think Nick the Rogue knows how to
Outlaw.
play Outlaw right now, though, but I mean, I'm sure he could pick it up. It's super good. If we had to do that, Whaazz, who's playing the Outlaw Rogue?
I think Raiku would be heartbroken if I didn't say Raiku, because he used to play Rogue actually. I don't know if you know this, but
I
back
used
in
to be
the
Rogue.
Who
mate.
would be better? Who would be better?
Oh, Chan, of course.
Oh. Wait, sorry, I didn't hear what you said. Can you say that again?
Okay. Can we go over
Right here.
something? My ult, my Demon Hunter, or Darth Chan? My
Yeah, but
Demon
you have like
Hunter.
6 more years of Demon Hunter.
Okay. So what's your second best class then?
Boomkin.
Oh, actually, I thought your Boomkin and Shadow Priest, well, was it in Starter BFA?
No,
was
your
actually
Shadow
good.
Priest was good.
Legion. In Legion.
No, Chan Shadow Priest was insane. And
No,
he
it was a
told us he
BFA
was-
season 1 at BlizzCon with Wargame. You played Shadow Priest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I played Boomkin and Shadow Priest.
Yeah.
And Chan said he
I-
was awful in SP, but you're a king.
I
You're a
swear he
king
was
on
good.
SP.
Or maybe
Yeah,
Capsy
we
was
were like
carrying that
praising
shaman.
you. Probably.
No. Unfortunately, we have Raiku P on the roster, so
Oh,
Chan
no.
Chan SP
Raiku
is
Pork.
benched. Yeah, Raiku Pork.
I just geared him
Guys-
up yesterday, guys. I wrote in
Chat.
Discord.
If you guys ever see Echo playing Raiku SP in a tournament, we're
Not
backs are
bad.
against the wall.
Okay.
We see that
It's a bad
tournament.
option.
No. Okay,
We
listen.
lost.
No. Okay, so we were losing to Big Mex, Rat, and Sen 2 tournaments in a row in the Shadlands or Dragonflight season 1, right? Then we come up with a great idea. What if we play Raiku Shadow Priest? And we did. And we won the series, and then we met them next tournament again, and we won again. With
That
my
was
Shadow Priest.
idea.
Yeah,
And Whaazz
with
was
my
like,
Shadow
no,
Priest.
no Raiku SP. Never again.
I mean, the double priest was insane.
And I
We
think we
played
won
Disc Shadow
Tony as
Priest.
well in some tournament playing Shadow Priest Rogue. I know we lost
think
one
so,
time,
yeah.
but we also won, I think, as
I can't. Yeah. No, you're right. We did. I think. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
We did.
So I mean, we have seen that before in tournaments. The Raiku Shadow Priest we might bring it back.
Oh,
But-
oh
Yeah.
God.
Like Chan said, it was back against the wall, guys. We had to.
I
We
mean,
need
we,
SP to not be buffed.
I'm
That's what we
not
need.
hitting that. I'm sorry.
dude, we brought out Chan DK in a tournament against Big Mix team with Rat and Sen, and Chan died in the first like, what did I say, 45 seconds of the game?
From the gates opening, it was like 50 seconds.
I think
No,
it
that
was
wasn't
faster.
a DK problem.
To be honest, I messed up that game. That was I would take the game on me. It was my fault. It was Chan's fault.
Raiku's trying to deflect right now.
No, I have a question from the chat a little bit here. If Lontar wasn't available, who would we consider as a possible healer?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because Lontar originally was going to play in another team actually, right? And it was
Lontar
kind of like
actually
last
ditched
second.
another team. That was actually kind of rude.
Yeah.
So I want to know Whazz's opinions and then Chan's opinions.
I mean, we did insanely well with Cupsy, and to be honest, Chan's old teammate is Cupsy, so we would probably love to play with Cupsy. Obviously, the ping would be an issue. In Europe, I would say we actually would love to play with Askrath, me and Raiku, I think. That's always been a thing we talked about in the past years, but he doesn't compete this year. So I would have said Cupsy or Askrath, one of those two probably.
Yeah, I think so too. We did consider Next for a while, I would say as well, when we thought Lontar was taken. Chan, who do you have else in mind? You used to play with Cubsy back in the day, you know.
It's Cubsy. I think he's a really good player, and I think even though he's like really good at Mage, especially Arcane, and you know, I wish we won't talk about that. I mean, I think his talents are wasted on Mage. You know, I think he should be playing healer. I think he's probably the best healer in NA. I think he could be better than everyone else that's competing in NA right now, and it's a shame that he's not playing healer. And if Lontar wasn't playing with us, I think I'd push very hard for Cubsy to come join, because I think he plays the game a lot. He loves the game. This guy's doing RBGs when there's no arena. Guys, I don't know how many arena players actually like doing RBGs. Most people just do it for conquest, but he's doing RBGs for fun, to play for fun.
For rating.
I mean, yeah, the guy loves WoW, so I would love to play with Cubsy.
I mean, he's a great player, and also I think WoW in general has a big healer problem, where there's not that many healers that are like playing at the top level compared to DPS. For example, Fuston was a guy Lontar was going to play with this year. He was a DPS player, really one of the best. He actually is playing healer now in AWC this year. He actually role swapped because he couldn't find a suitable healer that he thought was good enough. So he was like, "I'll play the healer, guys." Which, it's
doing
kind of
good,
weird.
doing good.
Yeah, he's doing good, right?
Yeah.
We mentioned him as one of the teams to look out for. Then we have.
No,
oh, sorry.
Regarding Cupsy's RBG, could you guys guess how many RBGs do you think he's played this season? I have the number.
Probably like 500.
Are you counting both his
You're
characters? You have to look at
Yes, I'm
Windspark
counting
and
both
Jungle
mages.
Jape. Okay.
Yep, I'm counting both mages.
I must be 500-600 at least.
Oh, you can't take my number, bro.
Okay, I'll say
Lontar, take a guess.
720. 720.
650.
I mean, you guys are being very generous. He has a lot, but he has 460 RPG
Yeah,
games.
I'll still
That
not-
is a lot of games, guys.
That's a lot of
That's
games.
a lot of, and you know he's high rated, so the queues are kind of long as well. I think.
I mean, remember a few days ago we were talking about solo shuffle a bit, and we talked about this guy called Spirit,
my God.
and we checked how many games he has
Oh.
across his character, like his 2 priests in shuffle. And what was the number? Wasn't it something like?
I think he has like 3,000. One priest. That's more
Yeah,
shuffles than
yeah,
I played the entire expansion, bro.
I think we counted was over 7,000 or something total this season.
It was completely crazy.
This season?
Yeah, this season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
on his 2 characters, over 7,000 games. or
One
something.
priest right now is 4,100 disc games and 900 holy games. That's
Oh.
one priest.
Oh.
Which one is the second one? Is it Ellis?
Yeah.
That one has 2,500 disc games and 1,800 holy games. That's actually crazy. This guy's the
That's
biggest grinder.
That's the biggest grinder ever.
I mean, it's giving Qs the DPS. He gets insta pulps and the DPS gets faster Qs, right?
I mean, he's doing us all a favor. We should actually
Yeah.
bow to this guy.
I have another question that I directed a little bit at Lontar here, but it's from Opti TV. He asked, "Do you guys fear that Lontar's clubbing nightlife could harm our performance?"
I've seen Lontar after a burger. I've seen Lontar when he doesn't sleep. I don't want to see Lontar drunk. The Ultra Bull is enough for me.
I mean, but Lontar, was it at Christmas you were drinking so much?
Yeah, I mean, this Christmas I didn't drink much, but a little
Oh.
bit, yeah.
Okay, okay. It's like a tradition in Spain. You drink a lot at Christmas.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
That's nice. With big family.
Yeah.
We have another question from the chat actually. Are we expecting to see a lot of demon hunters in AWC? Is it good in a tournament setup? How hard is it to counter it? Sydney7. Actually, I play demon hunter, so I will actually answer the question myself a bit. But I think demon hunter is a class that's like, if it's too good, Blizzard nerfs it really fast because it's relatively easy to play demon hunter at a good level. I would say it's like the DPS rotation is very simple. The defensive part of demon hunter is pretty simple. So it gets nerfed extremely fast, but this time around, I actually would say Demon Hunter is extremely strong after they got a rework. It's actually, I think, Rogue and Demon Hunter are 2 best melee classes in the game.
I agree completely.
Which is
I think
surprising.
every team almost has a demon hunter, no? Like kind of in the top scene. Like we have one,
Yeah.
Hitty's team has one, Dex team has one,
Houston was another one.
Houston has one. So we have 4 demon hunters that are like
MBQ, another one.
MBQ, 5 demon hunters.
Acetate plays AWC
Yeah,
as well.
Tren-
6
Venator.
demon hunters.
Yeah.
And that's like really good teams to look out for. Like those will probably be like 6 of the best teams in Europe. They all have a demon hunter.
Actually, I usually say if Demon Hunters in tournaments have not been that good, because it's either been easy to counter or they've been overly nerfed because it's too overpowered low ratings because it's too easy to play it. But this time around, yeah, we're gonna see a lot of Demon Hunters, I believe. Actually.
Yeah, I think Demon Hunter is insane. I'm really surprised they managed to dodge the nerf bats in the round of changes last week.
I did
I
hear the
was-
same actually.
I was for sure certain that that we're gonna get some kind of nerf, but they didn't. So I think we'll expect to see a lot in this coming week and maybe the week after if there are no changes. But they might do some changes after this cup, maybe.
Really, do you think so before the next cup? Because the next
Yeah,
cup
maybe.
is 2 days later.
Maybe after
Maybe.
the second cup.
It has to
It
be
makes
after
more
the second
sense
cup.
after the
I-
second
make
cup.
Yeah,
more
it
sense
would make
after
more
the second
sense, but anything is possible, right?
You
We've
never
seen some
know, guys.
interesting things happen.
Just
So-
keep Raiku be warm just in case.
I remember in season 1 of Dragonflight when there was like changes like every single Wednesday, right? Because it's kind of crazy because as Europeans, we get the patch on Wednesdays, but AWC qualifier games is every Wednesday. So what would
Yeah.
happen a lot in season 1 is they would make a new patch every single Wednesday, so you could never practice the patch. You had like an hour or 2 to warm up the patch, and you'd be like, oh, we used to play this composition. Oh, it doesn't work anymore. Oh, guys, what do we do now? And I feel like, but I feel like that's kind of bad planning from Blizzard, though.
Yeah, of course.
They should wait. So, I mean, this time around it's only 2 cups, right? And then we have like a month break, I think. We have
Yeah.
2 back-to-back. We have on the 31st, and then we have the Friday, and then the Sunday. Then we have on the 7th, and then Friday and the Sunday again. So I mean, they should
They
make some
should
change
do it after the
afterwards.
first 2 cups for sure. So you have like
Yeah.
this whole month, you can practice the new meta
Yes,
until the
I
big
agree.
tournament.
I have another question from Surfon. Do you guys think we'll see different compositions this season? Or will one comp overtake and become super bottom? Like, what do you guys think right now is kind of flavor of the month or flavor of the patch? I guess I would say because it's been like 1 week now.
I feel like every Demon Hunter comp is really strong right now. That's definitely the bottom.
Yeah.
Any Demon Hunter comp, especially with a Resto Shaman, feels like really strong.
At least
I'd
in
say
Europe,
that's
there's a lot of Demon Hunters.
Or any Shaman, Elemental Demon Hunter, for example, or like Elemental Resto Shaman. I feel like Demon Hunter and Shaman together, no matter like Elemental or Resto.
Yeah, for sure. Every game is usually one of those two classes.
Yeah, I actually agree. It's very rare we see something else. Lontar, in terms of healer meta, we talked about this before, but would you say this is the best possible meta for you?
Yeah, close enough. Yeah. I mean, Shaman could be way better, but it's really good right now. But yeah, I mean, it's a good meta for me. I can tell you.
Because I believe Shaman's the best healer. Do you think so?
Close, yeah. They're kind of close with the Druid. Thing is, if Druid has mana, Druid is still the best healer, you know? So it depends if they drink or not.
Yeah. I know NA thinks Shaman is not OP for some reason. It's very interesting to see how that goes. But
they play a lot of Preservation.
Yeah.
And Vesterud still.
Yeah. Maybe it's not as many.
Normally, NA is like known as having the best summons, you know.
Do you guys think we'll see any Preservations in Europe?
No.
No chance.
Because Next didn't really practice his. We played a little bit.
I think Kankito's team could play it. They play Warrior, Elemental Shaman, and Holy Paladin mostly, but I've seen them play a little bit with Kankito on Preservation, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. I'm not sure how strong it is. I always thought the Preservation design that you have to be always kind of close, like melee range-ish, is very not good for tournaments.
It's a bit of an interclass. Like you kind of can throw games very fast, and you can be out of position super quick. So you gotta like dash in and out, and have to be close range. It's a bit awkward to play with as well, because you kind of have to stack to get healed like properly from the Dream Breaths. So it makes it a bit clunky in general sometimes, unless you play like a cleave with press.
Yeah, you kind of need to play aggro comps, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Like you kind of need to run at people in a sense.
There's a question in chat from Astral Scare. How many Fistweavers will we see outside of a Bank Mistweaver? I actually think we'll see a lot of them.
Have another 2, I think. Santoro and Fister, you know.
Even Summers is playing it.
No, Summers too. There is 4. Holy shit.
Yeah. Seems every Fistweaver is playing the same comp, right?
Yeah.
What is
Feral
that
Devastation, Fistweaver.
Yeah. Last season it was Feral Augmentation, but now it's Feral Devastation, yeah. With Fistweaver.
We could also talk about, you know, how Sidu has been practicing Blood Death Knight.
Oh god.
What do we think about tanks in Arena, guys, in tournaments especially?
Bannable.
I feel like that is maybe the one spec that should actually be banned, or like, you know, not be allowed to be played.
I think in competitive threes, certain things should not be viable. Like, for example, double healer can't even be queued. You can't actually queue Arena with 2 healers. That's an example. I think tanks shouldn't be allowed to queue, and I think triple DPS should. I mean, like triple DPS is normally like really bad because
it's been bad.
It's not like Wrath Classic, but for me, these kinds of like comps aren't. It never feels like real Arena. It just feels like super cheesy and whether you win or lose, you're not really. It's not good gameplay. It's very low quality gameplay.
I actually don't think they did too good when they played a Blood Decay, so I believe they scrapped it, and I hope that's true.
I mean, they have good comps, but they don't really need like to find something like, you know, like this type of comp.
Oh, that's true. Because if you guys don't remember, Dragonflight Season 1, we lost to Bank playing a Brewmaster, Fistweaver, Warrior. It was a Brewmaster Monk in Arena, and we lost to that.
Oh my god.
And we had no idea what the Brewmaster Monk did, I can tell you in the start.
I made a Brewmaster to read the spells.
I did too,
I'm like, I was making weak orders for the guys. I'm like, yo, so when he presses this, it does that. And my teammates are like,
It was mostly for me you did it, I remember. I also made a tank monk called CBA versus tanks.
Don't you have like a mischance or something to Brewmasters where you can miss your spells?
Yeah.
And then also And then also you got like disoriented across the map. You had like a Dragon's Breath kind of spell, right? That was like 30 yards
Yeah.
or something. It was crazy. I was getting Dragon's Breath across the whole map, I remember, on my Drexus. And you died, Oscar. Whaazz, you died.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
was not very enjoyable.
I was
And
also
watching on the
bugged-
bench, just so confused what was happening. My teammate's getting drunk randomly from the brewmaster. That guy's getting drunk, CC'd, and then Whaazz dies in a stun.
And I got really pumped by that comp. Like, I was dying so fast.
I have actually two really interesting questions, and then I think we're gonna wrap this up. But from Consultant Frankfurt, he writes, "How do you feel about solo RBGs? Because we're getting it right, I think next patch, next season. And your expectations. Do you think it'll be good for like WoW esports, and do you think it'll be watchable on Twitch and streamable for big events? What do you guys think about this? Solo queue RBGs.
I like it more than Arena, actually.
You think it's actually better, yeah?
I think like you need more coordination in RBGs than Arena maybe, but I think the bracket is pretty low activity, and bringing solo queue to it would be nice. Like I would play it to cap some conquest and just for fun sometimes. But
I guess to cap it would be fun, but it sounds kind of feed. It sounds like a random battleground with raiding, you know? It's like,
yeah,
that's
but
literally
yeah.
what it's gonna be, you know? Like,
That's gonna be
more
competitive
PB
anyway.
oriented than shuffle, probably more PB oriented. Try to pad more damage, you know.
trying to ninja cap with like
Yeah.
randoms. It's like,
Yeah.
it sounds so feed.
Everyone leaves their
who's gonna
bases,
defend?
everyone
leaves
leaves
the
my
base,
bases.
yeah.
No, try imagine who's gonna defend. Like, how do you say
You,
like,
that's why you don't like it. With the
"No,
road.
I'm never gonna stand there and defend. I'm gonna go ninja cap, and then
You're
they're
gonna be
rage at
streaming,
me
you're
and
gonna be sitting
report
by the
me.
flag.
Yeah, they're gonna spam report me. They're like, the rogue isn't defending. As that, I don't want to defend.
I mean,
I'm gonna
when,
go
I, when, I'm,
ninja.
when I'm thinking about solo queue RBG, I feel like wouldn't Rogue or like a Guardian Druid or something be extremely like much better than everything else in the game?
And boomkins, like anything with high mobility, invis.
Yeah, but the Guardian can basically solo hold the whole base forever almost, right? Like literally so long.
Yeah.
And the Rogue can
kinda,
also go ninja bases, really, right? So it feels like, I mean, it could be fun though, like for sure. I know like the NA RBG scene right now is actually kind of active. I don't know if you guys ever do this, but funny because I say this, because, you know, if you guys know who Avedance is.
Yeah, I was
A rogue
actually
guy.
watching into RPGs on NA.
Yeah, he does RBGs in Europe every day for like warm up, and then they all log on NA together, and there's like I think maybe 4 teams that are like super competitive, and they play against each other like every single night on NA servers, like Europeans against NA. So I think there is a scene for RBGs for sure, but I think it's going to be like a competitive esports. I'm not sure. I mean, for the casual viewer, it might be easier to watch like BGs than arenas, because it's like, oh, you have to capture the flag, you know, you go get the flag, you go return to your base, or you go cap a base. It's easy to watch, I think, so maybe.
Off the
Another
TV.
I have another question actually from Lithy. You guys have competed for a while now. How do you feel competition has changed over the years? Did certain aspects become a lot more important over time? I mean, Chan has been competing since forever, probably the longest of all of us. So it's a great question for Chan.
Sorry, what was it again?
Like, you guys have competed for a while now. How do you feel
Yeah.
competition has changed over the years? Did certain aspects become a lot more important over time?
To be honest, back in the day, no one practiced until like I started in 2013, but no one really cared to practice. It was just like a casual thing. If you were good at the game, you would sign up and you would just play. And then I feel like around 2016, 17, 18, when AWC started to get like a bit more, I guess like professional, there was like more LANs and stuff being held. They had the MLG arena in Ohio, in Columbus. Then people started to take it a lot more seriously and like treat it like a job almost. And since then, everyone's been practicing pretty hard, I'd say, until now. And nothing's really changed. Apart from that, I guess that was the biggest change, and that was like what, 6-7 years ago now.
Do you prepare any different when you're playing a tournament now, like maybe like your day-to-day or something, like when you're about to have a tournament, or like on the
No.
tournament day?
No, I mean, like, just don't eat bad food. Like, don't put yourself into a food coma and get a debuff, and sleep well, and that's all you can really do. And grab a Red Bull, of course, before you play.
I mean, a lot of us go to gym on tournament day. I know this.
Yeah.
I guess it's because otherwise I feel like you would just sit at home, especially if it's like online, and you kind of just like, maybe you don't psych yourself out, but maybe you overthink. If you go to gym, you're kind of fresh-minded, you do something else.
I think it makes you play
Distract
better and you
yourself.
feel better as well if you,
Yeah,
if
distract
you
yourself.
actually do some sports. If you're a full AFK, then you just have debuff from it.
Yeah. I do
think-
agree, actually.
One thing that changed a lot as well, in my opinion at least, I think WoW is really individual now. It hasn't always been like this. Like in Warlords of Draenor, it was super team heavy. Like if you're a good coordinated team, like you just won some games on just literally having good synergy. Like most of the time now, like I remember with me and the team, like we sometimes didn't even practice that much, and we would just go in. Everyone was just good individually, and we just kind of owned because we just had such a high individual level that we didn't really need to practice certain comps.
Yeah.
I think that definitely changed.
I mean, Lontar is also a hard worker, so I think that kind of helps us a bit. Lontar likes to play the game a lot, so it's just like easy to play with Lontar because he always wants to play.
Yeah.
So I think that also brings some new fire, in our ass, which is good.
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of important as well with getting like Lontar on the team, because when we played now with men, we did so great. I mean, we kind of dominated Europe for those like 2 years with men now, and even me and Raiku in Shadowlands with men. And we kind of, when we were winning the last tournaments, we could feel it. We weren't shouting the same way. We weren't as happy when we won. It was like the fire dies a little bit, especially also because it's online. It's gonna be
the
fun
last
to hear.
tournament, that was, I felt like we just won a random ladder game, but we actually won the finals.
I mean, I remembered. I was the only one who
Yeah, I
shouted.
remember.
I was the only one happy. Like, or I mean, I'm sure everyone was happy, but no one was like, "Yeah, let's go, guys!"
No,
Now
I
it's
remember
gonna be fun.
we killed Swapsy, I think, and I was like, oh, he died. That was the
No.
last game. Then we
Actually-
won the finals.
We were hyped when we beat Maro and them in RMD mirror because we played so insane. I don't know if you remember this. We had some mirrors, like some Rogue Mage mirror, I think it was. Or was it
It must have been in
Rogue Rock? No,
Shadowlands, bro. It must have been in Shadowlands.
Was it Shadowlands?
yeah,
Oh,
I
actually-
didn't face Mara.
Yeah.
He was banned last year.
Am I
It
not
was a
thinking of Rogue Rock,
Shadowlands.
maybe? I don't know. I just remembered Ashmane's game. I don't know why.
I mean,
No,
maybe it was
not
the Warlock
Ashmane's. The
mirrors.
new map. The light map.
Imperial
During
Domain.
domain. Oh, when you melted
Yeah.
Kidney or Cheap Shot or something, and you killed
Yeah,
Astra.
maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
what was this? Was it an RMD mirror or Rogue Rock mirror? or something?
RLD. RLD
Yeah, it was
was
RLD mirror because I
RLP.
remember it was recent. RP.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you played Priest,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Druid, yeah.
Yeah, that was the
Helmet
mirror
gripped
I'm
me or
talking about.
something, and we swapped Druid, and then you melted the meld Cheap Shot, and then you...
Oh yeah. Oh, that was sick.
Yeah.
Also, it's gonna be fun now because Lontar, not to throw you under the bus, but you actually never won a tournament, like
Oh,
a
really?
real tournament. So
Yeah.
I mean, that could be some big hype in the call now when Lontar like
course.
starts like grounding lasso, shearing everyone on cast,
We also
knocks
need
the
to win if we
bomb.
lose.
doesn't trinket link.
I mean, I feel like Lontar definitely on Sunday evening when we win, he deserves a big burger. If we win. It's
A
his
big
first
bang.
tournament.
Well,
right?
how-
A big bang.
No, the brutal bacon. It's called the brutal bacon.
Oh, the brutal bacon.
Brutal
my bad.
The big bang is gone now.
Brutal bacon. My god. The amount of rating we lost after that burger. Chat
I
knew.
mean,
My
it's never
God.
happening again.
Discord was a war zone.
Chan is just typing the sad frog emoji in Discord multiple times. Everyone is depressed.
4 a.m. I'm in bed. I can't sleep. Sad
Lontar
face.
keeps apologizing. He's like, guys, I'm sorry. It was my bad.
Don't worry, tomorrow we got this and we literally stomped it the day after.
I mean, I love after a session like this, I go get ready for bed or something. 10 minutes later, I open Discord, it says like 30 plus. And I check the chat, and everyone is completely raging in the chat.
Depression kicks in.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up now, and I want to thank our sponsor, Gato Wave, for doing this podcast. And also, we're playing AWC on Wednesday, the 31st. It's gonna be offline games, but it's gonna be streamed on the Warcraft channel on Friday at 7 p.m. and on Sunday at 7 p.m. at the Warcraft channel. If you guys want to check us out, hopefully we make it there. And yeah, thanks again for Gato Wave for sponsoring the podcast. So yeah, guys, have a nice time, everyone. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And yeah, peace out.
Peace, guys.
Peace,
Peace,
guys.
guys. Bye bye.